Hello, hello, hello.
We're here.
We are indeed here. We were hiding here all the time. Who would have thought it, eh?
My
Why is that
earpiece.
going to
I'm gonna have to get some glue for this, you know.
Yeah, is your earpiece on? Because I can't hear anything.
I'm not sure. We'll find
Yeah,
out.
our power's on now. Parent? Okay, well, looks like we're okay. Well, welcome.
Thank you, producer Dave.
I know. Producer Bob. Cheers,
have
everybody. Cheers, everybody, to another 2 weeks.
Who was shouting? It's all right to say yes.
Yeah,
Shouting. That's
we're
okay.
here.
It's acceptable.
We're here to
Chat
answer
behaviour.
your question, which is there's a big question that's going on, and it's been going on for a while now. It's been going. I've got a couple of settings to change on here. I need to change that one slightly.
There you good. And we'll go to here as well.
We got that.
And what was that
We
big
got that.
question? I know
That's
what the
it,
big
that's
question
perfect.
is.
There
Let
we
me
go.
find it.
One second. Yeah, we got it behind us
There we go.
on the jumbotron.
It's here. That's the question.
The answer to the question is: should we inflate people's balloons, customers' balloons that they bring in? That's our main question today.
Yes,
That's what
no,
we're going
maybe.
to go through. So, what do you guys think?
You've got a yes and a yes and a yes. Is that a yes to that question, or is it a... That's a lot of hearts. I like it.
Yes. Well, I mean, the thing is that Dom. Let's talk about what we do in our own business, because this is nice new desk. Oh, people are loving the new desk here. We love the new desk too. People always ask this question: should we inflate people's balloons or should we not? Somebody says nope, absolutely not. Some are saying sure, no, and there's lots of very different opinions on this subject.
Certainly is.
Yeah, and we've had this debate because obviously we prefer people to come in and buy the balloons from ourselves, and we'll just have that.
This is going back over an evolution of us trying things as well, because this is something I would say we approach it differently. Well, we definitely approach it differently to how we used to approach it, because our understanding and opinion changed massively when we kind of had a bit of a think about it, I think.
Yeah.
And what the reactions of customers were and the sort of conversations that spun from that.
Yeah.
I think when we spent a bit of time to actually analyse, after a customer's been in, we've had that interaction, but then when you kind of stop and kind of re-go over what's just happened, how long did it take?
Yeah.
What was the outcome? You know, what did the customer come in for, and what did they leave with?
Exactly, because the thing is as well is that what we want to do is we're trying to capture every time a customer comes through our door. We don't want them for just one single transaction. We're trying to capture that. We want that customer for life.
Yes.
So I can see that there's people that are saying there about customer service and things, which is great. That's kind of what we're about. And I think that's kind of where our mentality is now. Because obviously, let's look at the pitfalls of inflating somebody's balloon. You've got no idea where that balloon came from.
Yep.
You don't know what the quality is.
I think also the perception of, from a customer's point of view, that helium is a very inexpensive product.
Mm-hmm.
So they're coming in to get that filled up with the perception it's going to be relatively inexpensive.
And I think a lot of that is to do with the fact that when you go online and you do a search and things in places like eBay or whatever, like other selling sites is the same, but they generally set this same kind of idea that that I think the message generally goes on: take it to your local party store, and for a very small price, minimal fee, they will inflate it. They'll be happy to inflate it for you. Well, of course, we know for a fact that a lot of the chain stores, they seem to refuse to do them outright.
Yep.
So that means that they can't get them done at those stores. And also, as we know, the
larger multiples have the cylinders often available.
Yeah.
But that's not necessarily a cost-effective or elegant solution. The type of valve that's on there for the product that they normally want inflated is not great, and it's expensive. And
Yeah,
there's
it
a lot
is
of
expensive.
waste there as well. There's a lot of waste with the packaging and all that. It's a high cost to get that low pressure cylinder to the consumer, so the price reflects that.
Exactly. So what we do is, first of all, we decided that we were going to say yes to inflation. So what we did was we came up with a price, just like we would come up with a price with for pretty much anything else.
A product.
It's a product, and we need to make.
We did think about it initially, and we've had this conversation with many people about we should deduct X amount off for the balloon, the type of balloon.
Yes.
And it became very messy and very confusing and hard to explain to the customer. So we then reapproached it as it's a product.
Yeah, so
we have a product.
If it's an 11-inch balloon, so if we're going to inflate the balloon to 11 inches, it's going to be this price.
It takes a set amount of gas, which is a set quantity.
Yep.
It takes an allotment of time, whatever time that takes for you could be different to us, depending on your equipment and your shop setup. But there's a cost to that time, that product, and our margin has a price.
Exactly. And so what we do is we have a price for all those different things, whether it's a letter, a number, a foil, a super shape. And what we generally do is we don't have time to obviously price every single balloon. So what we have to do is we generalize them into brackets, from 11-inch balloons to 18-inch foils to number or letter foils and super shapes.
Yeah.
And we generally base that on the larger size. And we have 3-foot balloons. We have prices for them all.
We're definitely more cruder with our costing for the bigger balloons, and everything gets bracketed into that bigger section, absolutely. Yes. Because, as Keith said, we don't have the time to go, this is this exact balloon, what's the exact capacity? It's just not worth that level of effort.
Also, as well, is that we want to make it as easy for the customer as possible, because what we want to do is we want to convert this customer from somebody that usually buys directly on the internet because they're thinking that they're going to save themselves some money. What we want to do is we want to take all the effort out of it. We want to make it easy.
I think that was the light bulb moment for us, though, was the understanding, hang on a second, take away the negativity, take away the fact that we're a bit upset because they don't want to buy our bouquets or whatever it is that we sell. They weren't actually buying from us previously. They weren't our customer.
That's right.
They never were our customer. Now they've gone and bought something because someone's managed to sell them something via the internet. Mm-hmm. They've bought a product. Now they need a service. And we are the ones that can provide that service. We're here. So they've sought us out to do that service.
So what we do is when the customer comes through the door and they ask, or if they get it, usually it's on the phone or through social media, they'll ask us, will we inflate these balloons? And our answer is yes, absolutely. We will inflate other people's balloons.
It's that positive impact. Can you do this? Yes, we certainly can. It's always that positive yes first. Hit them with that, and you've got them on your side. There's no defense mechanism. There's no trying to work around, how much something costs. It's yes.
Absolutely yes. The thing is that yes comes with some provisos, some set rules.
Yeah.
First of all, because we
sneak them in after the nice. Yes.
But we say yes. We just say first of all. Obviously, we're based in Europe, so we covered by the CE mark. So what we need to do is, first of all, we need to make sure that those balloons have been marked with the CE mark. It means that they've been tested, and the inks are safe and things. And it's a way that we can say that it has reached a certain standard. We don't know how good it is or anything like that, but it is at least reached a certain standard. Now, a couple of things you've got to be very, very careful on the CE mark as well, is that the CE mark, there's actually a company in China called China Exports, Chinese Exports. Now what they've done is their logo, they've made the CE. They've made it, more or less looks like the CE logo. So you've got to be very careful about this.
China.
Yeah. The thing is that if you want to have a look at how to tell the difference, just Google CE logo China Exports, and you'll see. Go into the images and you'll see the difference. Basically, the C and the E are way too close together, and it's very easy to tell when it's China Exports rather than the proper CE logo.
This is one of the provisos that we make really clear on the phone. If they're asking about how much does it cost, we can give them a from price based on their basic explanation. However, we tell them, please bring them in so we can give you an accurate price. But what we make sure we do is tell them about the CE marking, because what we don't want them to do is come down with their kind of that positive, I'm going to have them filled and it's going to be about this sort of price, and then we turn around and say we can't do it because of the actual marking.
The CE mark.
But if we brief them
Absolutely.
There's no problem. And we have a lot of customers who go, yeah, I don't know. I really don't know. I can't see it. Bring them down. We'll happily look at it. However, we're setting those expectation levels that we may not be able to inflate them.
And we explain to them as well as that it's a safety aspect, because balloons, at the end of the day, balloons are child magnets, so they should be CE tested. So it means that if we don't know what ink they've used, so if it's a counterfeit, and there's a lot of counterfeit balloons out there, we don't know what ink they've used to actually print that. It's usually the cheapest thing that's absolutely possible, so we don't know the content of that ink or anything.
And we're not saying that they are or aren't safe, we're just kind of putting that little bit of questionable thought in the customer's head, saying, there are a lot out there that are and haven't been tested. Ours have been, ours are safe, ours are CE marked, ours are legitimate products that we can guarantee. That generally is the conversion for the customers.
Because the thing is that we've seen all sorts over the years. When we actually went through a period of just saying yes and inflating anything before we started doing this CE mark situation, and we had balloons that we inflated them and they were floating upside down and all sorts of horrible things, or just didn't float. So now we do this as a standard, and it certainly works a lot better for us, and it also puts that reasonable doubt in there. We can tell the customer, because the customer will say, well, I looked on your website and I couldn't find the balloon I was looking for, and that gives us an opportunity as well. We can say, listen, next time you contact us, tell us what you're looking for, and let us find it for you. We can go through our suppliers because we've got more to offer than we can possibly ever show you. So let us find something that's suitable for your party, and that helps us that way. Again, we're providing a service.
Yeah, I think when we kind of analyse this as well, originally when we did it with the kind of, no, we don't fill them, here, buy from us, our conversion rate of that customer was low. We were not getting very many customers that would go from I would like to buy some balloon gas from you, and convert them into either a bouquet or single balloons. We were getting lots of kind of turnaways, and it was a hard sell to get them to buy something. Now when we hit them with a yes, kind of it's half and half. Half of them go for, yes, brilliant, thanks very much, I'll pay for the inflation. And generally most of those customers then tend to be a full customer after that.
Yes, absolutely.
They'll not buy external next time, they'll buy direct from us.
Just one thing there is, somebody just said there they're curious about the definition of counterfeit balloons. Now there's been a time, you'll see them in lots of different places, but we've had balloons brought into our store, and one of the biggest examples that I can share with you straight away is there's an English designer called Rachel Ellen, and Qualitex sell a range of these Rachel Ellen designs, and what we were having brought in were these exact copies of these Rachel Ellen designs.
Sort of exact.
Yeah, sort of. The colours were off, the foil was too thick.
It looked the same, but there's something not quite right.
So what we did was, it was completely... it was wrong, the print wasn't there. So in fact, this one, we did a thing where we took it so that we could send it back to Qualitex to show them the fact that there was these counterfeit balloons, direct copies. They've basically taken the print and gone for it, and that's what we mean by counterfeit balloons. They've also done a lot with the Qualitex animal heads,
but also we talked to that customer. They were a really good customer of ours after that, but we talked to them about their purchase, and they showed us where they purchased them from, but the imagery that was being used
was obviously a Qualitex image. It even had the Q logo on there as well, but when they arrived, it was a sale through eBay, and when it arrived, it was actually a counterfeit product.
And we actually did inflation of that balloon as well, just for our own satisfaction, because it felt like a heavier product.
It was a heavier, much heavier foil.
It barely floated. The people who make these are not really interested in the end product. They're just trying to get a sale, knowing that it's a low enough value that you're not really going to do anything about it. It's just kind of whatever.
But when we go through this and we explain to them about this, the difference and things, and how we don't inflate anything without the CE mark, this, that, and the other. If they decide to go with our balloons instead, because we say, it's going to cost this much for us to inflate it, and plus you have to buy a weight and this. So it's going to cost this much in total for that, and we can't guarantee it.
Yes. So, there's 20 on the chat there is just saying there, this way it'll be a lesson for them not to buy Chinese balloons anymore. Absolutely. But what serves us very good is because we've hit that customer with a positive yes, we'll inflate them, and then kind of unveil we can't because of the quality and the marking.
And there's the safety aspect as well.
And the customer's still happy with us because we said yes initially. However, through a little bit of education, they realise, okay, I realise why you can't inflate them. Hook me up. What can you do? What have you got?
So
this is what I was after.
Then what happens is sometimes they give us the balloons because they say, what should I do with the balloons? And I say, it's up to you. You do with what you want. We can't do anything with them, and we hand them back. You know, some of the times they give us them and they say, just throw them in the bin. So to make sure that they understand that we are throwing them in the bin, we'll take them, we'll say, are you sure? And then when they say yes, then we'll take a pair of scissors and we'll put them through and we'll put it in the bin to make sure that they understand 100% that those balloons,
we don't want to use them.
They are gone.
Yeah,
that's one of them things. But also, as well as we have a couple of other provisos, because that's mainly on the foil side. But we also do the same thing with
confetti balloons.
With confetti balloons, we do not inflate other people's confetti balloons. It's a standard.
Yeah.
We explain to the customers that we've had experience in the past of inflating other people's balloons, and because again we can't guarantee
There's factors that we can't take into consideration, what we would normally take into consideration, float times, weights and everything like that, to make sure that we give you the product that is going to be as we believe it will be. When you start to take somebody else's balloons, somebody else's confetti, it's not that it won't work, but it's just it's an unknown.
It's an unknown, and the thing is that at the end of the day, if we inflate something and it bursts, we're the ones that's going to have to clean up the entire station with confetti everywhere. Yeah, and we don't know what this confetti is. We don't know what's going to happen with it.
Yeah.
So
and nothing can be done to fix that as well, because it's a confetti they provided. So if there's they need 10 and brought 10, we can't give them spares. We can't do anything with it.
Yes.
So for us, when you buy something from us, we're guaranteeing it.
Well, you're paying for the end product.
Yeah, it doesn't matter if it takes us 20 balloons to get to the 10 balloons that you need, we'll do that. I mean, obviously it doesn't happen that way, but we sell it in such a way
that you're paying for the end result.
Yeah, and it gives them confidence. It gives them that, you know what, it's just easier, and actually in the long run, it's more cost effective just to buy direct from you. And because we've hit them with that positive yes on that initial phone call, turning a customer from a phone call into a shop visit is generally a challenge. So you hit them with that positive, explain the basic provisos, then tell them pop down, bring them in, we'll sort you out. And then it's either we can sort it out by filling them up, or we convert them into a purchase from us. However, in either case though, the next time they purchase, they ring us directly and say, I had some balloons last time, I brought them down, you filled them up, but I would like this. Hey, we'll sort you out. Come on in.
Exactly. It gives you that opportunity. Again,
so easy
the first time is just a single sale. After that, though, we want to try and, by providing the service and the products of good quality, we're looking to create a customer for life. We might be getting them there for a first birthday.
Yep.
That's a lot of birthdays ahead and a lot of other events ahead that we want to get them for. So
we were definitely losing that when we were doing no, we don't fill other people's balloons, and it was that long conversation of negativity that didn't generally result in the sale. So we were spending 10-15 minutes with a customer for no sale.
No.
Now we're spending a few minutes and getting a good sale, and then potentially further on a great sale, because they come back. Guarantee, if you are positive and do the fill, the amount of customers we've had back is spectacular.
Also, one of the things as well is that you don't want to come across like you're lecturing the customer.
Oh, we've definitely done that.
Yeah, but you don't want to come across that way. What you want to do is you want to come across like you are giving them friendly advice about the whole situation, that you are looking after them, that basically that you have their best interests at heart. Because at the end of the day, if you've got some sort of counterfeit product that you can't guarantee the ink on there, and a child gets hold of it, you don't know what can happen.
Yeah.
So what we want to do is we want to come across that way of trying to help them in the best way possible.
It's all about that customer psychology. You would know yourself when you've bought something, and then when someone's then turning around to you who's just bought that, who you think you've got this plan, and then say no, you've bought the wrong thing. You feel disappointed. You feel like you've wasted money, and unfortunately, the person in front of them is the person who's going to get the brunt of it. But when we've been positive, when we've hit them with that, yes, of course we'll help you. We are the shop to help you. Then when you've slowly unveiled the fact that actually, you know what, that's not the best product, there's a problem with it, it's not the best route, they're really more amiable and happy that we are the people to help them, rather than being, oh, it's your to blame, it's your fault that you won't fix it.
Yeah, what we're trying to do is we're just trying to be there as a friend to help them out. And, you know, we at the end of the day, we're trying to help them celebrate life events. So, you know, and we can make them, if we can help them celebrate it to the best of their ability, they can keep coming back from time and time
exactly
again.
We're just trying to soften that blow.
It's why we use Qualitex as well.
It's softening that blow. Yeah. But that's our link into it. Once we've got that customer through that cycle of, okay, this is not the right thing, it's the quality XYZ, right, okay.
Well, we show them. I mean, you can see in the store, you see in our store where it's got this Qualitex everywhere, right? We've got the Qualitex logo everywhere, and it allows us to open up into that and say, you know, we explain that we only use the best balloons, you know, and it allows us to push that Q brand, because, you know, we can rely on them. Because if you get a rip-off, like the Rachel Ellen one, you know, we had that balloon, it barely floated, and it barely floated for 3 days. But the standard Rachel Ellen one floats up to 30 days because it's a Superfoil, Qualitex Superfoil.
Qualitex.
It's the same thing.
We didn't do that.
Oh, yes, I know. Can we zoom in a bit? We were a bit too far away.
Because I couldn't see my cup of tea.
Hey guys,
That's
there we go.
Thinking.
Hello.
I've got to have the cup of tea. But yeah, it was a massive turnaround for us, you know. So, and we've had this conversation many times with people, and I think the outcome is people start to just change their thought process when that customer's coming in, and it's just to avoid the lecture, because it's so easy for us to hit the wrong tone with the customer, hit them with that, no, we don't fill it, and give them all the reasons why. Then it's a tough sell as to why we do what we do. You know, helium's expensive, we use the very best balloons, all this, and it's a long slog to get them to kind of actually buy from us. But we just changed it round. Yes, absolutely. Let's try and fill as many balloons as we can and see what happens. And wow, such a different opinion, such a different approach. And it's not that we have a queue coming out the door of people filling balloons. People ring us, we say yes to come down, and actually still don't get them filled. They change and notice, wow, I didn't know you did all this. I didn't know you did bouquets. I didn't know you did.
Also, as well as that, it's showing them how cost effective it can be. You know, when you do the comparison, you find out how much they actually paid for the balloon, and then with the filling service and everything that goes along with it, and then you say, well, actually, if you bought it with us, it would have been this amount. If you bought it direct, it would have only been this amount, and also it comes with a guarantee. You know that what you're buying is good quality product because we stand by what we do.
Exactly, but they're in the door.
Yeah, absolutely.
So it's easy to do. So much.
So let's
easier.
go over the basic stuff. Is we say yes. Yeah, we do have some provisos. We do say, you know, the need to have that CE mark on for in there. But the thing is that you guys outside of Europe anyway, you can still look for the CE mark because the standard balloons.
I don't think we said it, but we don't treat as well.
Yes, we don't do confetti balloons or special fills like feathers or anything like that with any balloons apart from our own balloons, and we don't treat the balloons, so we don't use high float with them.
Yeah, and that's just because it's an unknown quantity, it's an unknown factor. We don't know without testing how long will the high float last with that balloon. What's the weight, how much high float will I need to put in? So it just adds a layer of complication that we feel that we don't need to add.
Exactly.
So we just say no, we don't treat. So that's great. So we've said yes to the customer's super happy. Through the conversation, actually they need them to be floating on a Sunday. We don't work a Sunday, we work a Saturday with a Saturday collection.
Yes.
So they need to be treated. Oh, okay, so how can I get treated balloons? Let me show you our range. And it's just smooth, it's easy.
Absolutely.
Yeah, because we said yes, they're not defensive, they're not...
We also explained to them as well about, because we don't sell disposable cylinders, it's from an environmental side, we don't really like that idea anyway, but we don't sell disposable cylinders. But then we can also explain to them about just how many of those balloons they're going to get out of the cylinders and how cost effective it really isn't, and how much more expensive it would be for them to inflate their own balloons.
Yeah, knowing your math on the cylinders. So if you have cylinders in your market, know how many they fill, know the cost per balloon, so you can equate it for the customer. We get a lot of wins from that.
Yeah, absolutely.
Where people say, "Oh, I'll just pick a cylinder up. how many balloons are you doing?
So it's going to cost you this much, and you're going to have to do them yourself. Plus, because you're new at this, you're probably going to either underinflate them or overinflate them. So it means that you're not going to get what you thought you're going to have.
Yeah.
And then if you get any burstages...
Now, there's two ways of doing that conversation. One is as a lecture, or the other one is just a bit of friendly advice.
Yeah, we give them advice about what they should be doing, and then if we tell them what they should be doing, then they start going, oh, it sounds a lot of effort, and
actually I'm meant to be getting ready, getting my hair done. Exactly. So why don't you leave it to someone who specialises in this, and we can just take that
all headache
out the way.
Yeah.
And that sells it for us, and we don't really have any objections at all. So it's kind of smooth and easy.
We hope that you guys have maybe taken some ideas on board. We're loving the comments coming through from it as well. And we want to hear if it works for you guys in your own market, because this is what works for us in ours, but you need to tell us what works for you guys in yours. We want to hear that.
When you're doing this, though, as well, much like when you kind of practice balloons, you're going to make something and you're going to see how it works for you, and you might try one or two techniques. Mm-hmm. Think about that when you're doing the conversations with your customers as well. So when you get a customer in or on the phone and they say something and you respond, have a bit of a think about how that worked. What did you say that worked well? What did you say that didn't work well?
Take what works and continue on using. You
Absolutely.
You can tweak it. It's like you do when you do a balloon job. You walk away from it. Generally, we take a last look, and there's very few balloon jobs that we would walk away from and kind of go, I would do the whole thing exactly as we did it. We try to go, how can we improve on that? So we do that with every process that we do. So we're never happy with where we are. We always want to make that next step on improvement, and it
could be something as simple as not actually the end product. We could be completely happy with the look, but we might analyse, well, actually, you know what? We could have come into the venue a little bit more organised and did this differently, or pre-prepped something else. There's lots of things that you can analyse and improve on that are not necessarily the finished result. You might think, well, that was perfect, but I could have shaved an hour off.
Yes.
I could have done that better.
Yeah, if you can shave the time off, that's more profit.
Yeah. I mean, in the early days, I remember us walking into a venue and seemingly spend forever just walking backwards and forwards for things, not organised enough. Now we kind of, each trip has a purpose because we've thought about it, we've analysed it. So yes, constantly evolve, constantly learn, and do the same with your conversations, because that helped us fix the negativity lecture issue that wasn't getting new customers.
Right, okay guys, we need to move on. We're going to do Mr. Q Spin a Winner, but before we do that...
I like Spin a Winner.
Yeah, we've got a little bit more information about something else that's going to happen.
Yes, so...
Wish us luck, because this has taken technical expertise.
Aided by the power cut today.
There's
something about a Wednesday where the planets align and
things happen. Things happen. Wish us luck. Okay, here we go.
3, 2, 1.
Look at that! You need to skip that forward one, Dom, on there, because we're going to talk about the Slovenia event that's going on. It's going to happen. What do we got?
You're going on holiday, yeah?
I'm not going on holiday. I'm going to be teaching at the Slovenia event, which is happening in November. It's happening, what do we got? Can we do the next one? It's happening between the 16th and the 19th of November, 2019. There is an early bird discount. That discount ends on the 1st of September.
So you can save money off your holiday.
Not a holiday. It's going to be fantastic. If you haven't seen it, have a little bit of a Google search on Slovenia event, Qualitex Slovenia event. You'll see lots of photos, and it's a lot of fun. But it's also a very high level event, because the instructors that we've got on there, let's have a look. We've got Colin Stewart from Canada. Who else we got? So
is he the one without the cap? Or?
Yeah, he's the one that's wearing the cap and the glasses, not the other one, right? So we've got Colin Stewart coming back. They love him over there. We've got Federico from Italy. He's going to be over there. And we've also got Nico, because he's already there. Of course, he's from Slovenia. And we've got Zolt from Hungary. He's a major twister, so if you like to learn your twist and stuff, that's who you're going to go to from there. We've also got Nikita. Nikita's new on the teaching scene. She's been teaching for a couple of years now, and I was lucky enough to teach with her in Barcelona recently, which has been really cool. What else as well? We've got Romana as well. Romana is from Slovenia. She's a very high-level decorator. I'm from Slovenia, so if you want to see things a little bit different, you get yourself over to Slovenia. And lastly, we have myself. I'm going to be teaching there as well.
You're not on holiday then.
Yeah. Somebody's asked a question about, do you have to be certified to attend these events?
Ooh.
Absolutely not, because let's have a look at the next slide. The next slide should be, what can I expect at the event? Now, at the event, we've got competitions. There's a wedding table competition, which is beautiful. There's also a small, medium sculpture. It's a 3 metre by 3 metre by 3 metre sculpture. There's balloon hat. There's also the 12-minute figure, which is a twisted competition.
Always good to watch that one.
Absolutely. And also, if you click forward one, that's an example of the wedding table that's on there. It's a beautiful one with the birds on there. That's the example of the wedding table. But also, I will be hosting the CBA exam. So it'll be me and a panel of people taking people through the final practical exam. So if you are about ready to take it, you might as well do it, because included in the package price is the CBA exam if you want to do it. That's going to happen on the Saturday the 16th, which is the first day of the event. Ooh. I think as well, there's also on the last day, on the day after, there's a trip around Slovenia to have a little look around if you've never been there before. I've never been there before, so I'm really looking forward to it.
Don't forget to check out our top tips for CBA.
Yes. On Q Corner, there's a playlist which is the CBA refresher course that myself, Dominic, and Sue Bowler have been doing. So if you are thinking about doing your CBA, get yourself refreshed with that playlist. It's really cool. If you haven't done your CBA yet, if you have a little look at it anyway, there's some really cool techniques on how to do gumballs and garland and all sorts of different things.
Even if you've done your CBA, you can watch it as well. It's free.
Do you reckon? Yeah, okay. Even if you've done your CBA, you can watch it. What else we got on this one, Dom? There we go. If you want to have a little bit more information, if you go to facebook.com sloveniaevent.eu, that will take you to the page for the Slovenia event, and you get loads more information. You can also go to, if you just do a search for, let's have a look at the address that we have on there is event.en.weebly.com. If you have a look at that, so that's event.en.weebly.com. You can have a little look on there, and it has all of the information about the different competitions that are going on there, including all of the rules, because if you're going to take part in the competition, you've got to understand what the rules are, because the judges judge based on those rules. Next one. There we go. So the last thing to say on that one is 16th to the 19th of November, and the early bird discount ends on the 1st of September. I hope I'm going to see you guys there. And Slovenia Event 2019.
Yay! Keith, jolly holiday.
Hope to see you guys there, guys.
What have we got next, Keith? What have we got next?
Well, I think it's time to do Mr. Q's Spin a Winner.
Yay!
Here we go.
Can you tell I like it?
We ready?
We are.
Go!
We're here.
We've got this new one. Look at this.
It's
Mr. Q Spin a Winner has had an upgrade. Look at that.
It's Mr. Q Spin a Winner 2.0.
2.0. I'm going to drink the last of my tea because it's getting very cold.
Mine was already cold, so good luck with that. Yes, you are allowed to enter again. Yes. What's this?
Everybody's allowed to.
Yeah, well with that, Josiah. We're into old school video games.
So let's have a little look and see what's on Mr. Q Spinner Winner tonight. We have our friends balloon from Premium Balloon Accessories. We've still got the micro air on there, which hasn't been won yet. We've got the Cortex pens, we've got key rings, we've got socks, we've got balloon images bundles.
Just while we're talking about this, my spin, not keys, my spin was the closest to the star prize.
Yeah, but it still didn't win it though, did it?
But it was closest.
So, also the Premium Balloon Accessories apron as well, the utility apron. So we've got a question, let's get it back round to the top of there so we can start. So our question is... Are you ready? Because you're going to have a minute to answer. When does the early bird discount end for the Slovenia Event 2019, guys? What I want you to do is, we've got no mugs on there yet. But answer, you've got about a minute to answer in this. I need the exact date. We're not just looking for the month, but actually the date of when it ends.
It's a Q Corner minute, so it's variable. Could be from 20 seconds to 3 hours.
Okay, you missed it. How do you enter? You've just got to answer the question, which is when does the early bird discount end for Slovenia Event 2019? We only do this live,
clues
so we're encouraging people to... Luke's in the chat.
I said clues in the chat.
Oh, the clues in the chat, yeah. Okay. We're going to count it down from 10.
Then you'll have to pick them on the randomizer on your...
I know, I've got to do it on this one this time.
Because I haven't got my my randomizer
10,
budget.
9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, everybody stop. Can we stop?
I don't know.
Oh, here we go.
Can you win?
We've got lots
of...
Orange. I don't know.
I don't think they make orange pumps, though, do they?
No, they don't make orange pumps.
Nice lime green and pink ones.
We're randomising. Victor was the last one to get in with it. Sorry, after that, everyone else is, I'm afraid, if you've missed it for the moment, you can join in again in 2 weeks' time.
I'm not seeing anybody with incorrect answers at the moment. That's pretty good.
Boom, boom, boom. And there we go. That one there. We've got... Who's that? Oh, it's somebody that doesn't have a logo for the name. You need to sort this out. It is Lisa Jackson. Lisa Jackson is our winner for this week. Well done, Lisa.
Yay!
So, Lisa, you've got a question. The question that you have to answer on this one to claim your prize is, first of all, who do you want to spin? Do you want Dom, who's already spun it twice and he's won somebody a pen and a keyring? Or me.
Pick me, Lisa, pick me.
I've only done it once.
And I got the closest.
And I won somebody a pair of socks, which everybody likes the socks. So, Lisa, who would you like to win? Who would you like to spin it for you? Would you like Dom or would you like myself to spin it? Come on, Lisa. You need to answer. Tell us who you want us to spin. Lisa, I've met Dom. His jokes are awful. So you're going to go with me. Fantastic, because my jokes are awesome and everybody on chat can attest to that. Absolutely.
Lisa.
There we go. Right, okay.
I'm going to help Lisa.
She said, get your hand off there.
I'm helping Lisa.
Lisa, I need the answer now. Would you like it soft and gentle or would you like it hard and fast? Lisa?
I'll accept her apology.
Slow and gentle or hard and fast? What would you like? Everybody likes it hard and fast. We're going hard and fast anyway. Okay, here we go. Ready? 3, 2, 1. Off it goes. Round and round it's spinning. Oh. Hard and fast. We knew. Hard and fast. Here we go. Ready? It's coming round. It's coming. Oh!
Number 10.
It's number 10.
Yay! Well, it's a pen and a keyring. I had a vision of the premium inflator from me, Lisa. That's all I'm saying.
Well done. Well, what you need to do is, if you can send a message to Mr. Q with your address details on Facebook,
yes,
if you just send them a private message with your address details on, and we'll get them posted to you straight away. So well done. You won a pen and a keyring.
Yes, well done you. So yes.
That is about it.
Well done, Lisa. You already got one.
She got an inflator, is what she's
saying.
So,
okay.
There we go. So,
I've heard of eBay. So yes, don't forget to send a message with your address details, please.
Can it go all the way out now, or can we not do that? We can do. Oh, look at that.
There we go.
So thanks
Thank you,
for everybody
Dave.
for watching. If you come back in 2 weeks' time, we'll do it all again, shall we?
It's been good. It's been a pleasure.
Been fun.
Thank you for being here.
Take care. Have fun, guys.
Bye for now.